What's up, DNT Productions? I'm Jay, and today I'm gonna be telling y'all why me and my ex broke up. I'm gonna try not to cry to this video. Okay, so I'm not gonna waste so much time on this video, but okay. Me and my mom ended up getting into it or whatever, and so I left her house. I left and I ended up like moving in with him for about a week. Not even a week. This was in the summertime. I had to go to summer school. And so I ended up moving in with him for about like, I probably was about 4 to 5 days or something. But anyways, the last night I was there. We laid down at night, and I used to like cuddling with him or whatever. So I was all up under him, cuddling with him and stuff. And so he was hot. I need to move and get off him and stuff. And so he ended up blowing up his air mattress on the floor. And so I ended up getting down there with him because I liked it being under him. So I ended up getting down there with him and laying down. He got up, got back in the bed. I got up, I got back in the bed. So he ended up going in there and sleeping with his mama because I won't move. Ended up going in there sleeping with his mama. He left me in his room by myself, and he left his phone in there too. So it's not like I didn't trust him or whatever, but I did trust him. But I ended up going through his phone, and usually I used to go through like not the Snapchat message, the messenger. I usually go through his messenger and his messages, but I never went through the Snapchat messages. So I ended up going through his Snapchat, reading messages like all the way back from when we got together, from different girls. Like he was texting girls the whole time we was together or whatever. And especially when we got into it with each other, he texted him. And so I was laying down in his bed and I started crying or whatever. I was crying. I wanted to go in there in his mama room and wake him up, but I didn't want to disrespect her house like that. So I just waited till the morning time. So he came back in there. He came back in there in the morning and he tried to lay with me. And so I ended up going to the other end of the bed. He was like, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?" I didn't say nothing to him. So he ended up feeling like he was about to leave. I asked him, "Where you finna go?" He said he was finna go to the bank. And then that's when I asked him, I said, "Am I not good enough for you?" He said, "What you talking about?" I said, "Am I not good enough for you?" He asked me again, "What are you talking about?" And so I told him, I said, "You've been cheating on me the whole time we've been together?" And he was like, "No, he hasn't been cheating on me." I was like, "I read the messages." And he was just like, he was still denying it or whatever. He was denying that he cheated on me. And we end up getting into it like real bad. Well, not bad, but we end up getting into it or whatever. So he told me, he ended up saying something like, he didn't want to like, at first he was like he didn't want to break up or whatever because he was like taking our relationship serious, since I was staying with him, he was just not taking it serious or whatever. And knowing me, I got smart with him. Like, I went off on him. I told him I hated him. I called my mom to come get me. I said I hated him. I told him I wish he'll die. But I ain't mean it. I said it out of anger. I was just saying, like, I don't want to ever see him again. I hate him. Don't talk to me no more. All that. And we end up fighting or whatever. We ain't fight, but we end up fighting. And so, I had a drink from my job. I had a drink from my job that I brought from work. And then I ended up getting that drink and I poured it all over his bed. I messed his room up bad. But again, I was doing it out of anger, like I was hurt. Who wouldn't be hurt? And so, my mom, he took my phone and he got in the car with it. And so I told him, I was like telling him to open the door and give me my phone back. He tried to leave with my phone. And the way his house made, they got 2 driveways. Him and his auntie stay next door to each other. So he tried to go out my mama pulled in just in time. She pulled in his driveway. So he tried to go around out of his auntie driveway. So I went over there. I stood in front of the car. And my mama ended up telling him to get my phone or whatever. So he gave it to me. I got the rest of my stuff out the trunk. And then he pulled off and he left somewhere. So I was getting all my stuff, packing it up, putting it in my mama's truck. My mama already, she already had a feeling. He was messing around with other girls or whatever. The way he was acting different towards me. And I called her to come pick me up. Mind you, was already into it about something else. But it's like the thing we was into it about, she didn't even care about that no more. Like, that, we weren't even worried about it no more. So she ended up coming to get me. She took me home and was like, I told you. And she did tell me. Okay, so that's all that happened that day. And so I was doing okay moving on from him or whatever back then when I found out he was cheating on me. And so one night I was laying in my bed on my phone. I get a call from him at like 2-something in the morning. I declined it, of course. I declined his call. And so he called twice. I declined both times. And he didn't call no more after that. And so the next day, me and my mom, well, later on that day, because I was still up at 2-something, later on that day, me and my mom went down my auntie's house. And me and my cousin was on the south side of Montgomery already, or whatever. And he called me. He was like, well, he texted me. He was like, all I wanted, you didn't have to decline my call. All I wanted you to do was be here for me while I had surgery or whatever. And I texted back because, of course, I still cared about him. Like, who wouldn't text back? Like, you can't just move on from somebody that fast. And so I texted back and I was like, what you mean, what surgery? Like, what happened to you and stuff? He was like, I got into a car accident with an 18-wheeler in it. And the news people already did a little article on it, but I didn't see it. So he sent it to me. Well, I think I did see it on Facebook, but I scrolled past it, but I didn't know it was him. He sent it to me. I was like, send me a picture of you. He sent me a picture of you. He sent me a picture of him in the hospital bed. He sent me a picture of his leg. like the car ended up going through a 18-wheeler. And it was him and his homeboys coming back from Georgia at like 2 something in the morning, which she should have been home anyway. But he was the only one that got hurt bad in that car accident. His other homeboys, their injuries wasn't that bad as his. He the only one had to go to the hospital. His leg, he said he told me he could have died in that hospital. So I kind of felt like it was my fault, because when I was mad at him, I told him that I never want to see him again, saying rude things to him or whatever. And so that's when I told my cousin to take me to the hospital to see him. I went up there and seen him. He had already had his surgery or whatever. And I was just acting like, I was acting a little stuck up because I was still hurt from that. But later on that night, me and my mom drove home. I called him and I asked him, did he want me to come to the hospital with him to take care of him and stuff? And he asked me where I was at. I told him I was in Millbrook. So his mama ended up coming down here all the way to Millbrook, and she came and got me and she took me to the hospital with him. And so I went to the hospital with him and I took care of him a little bit. Got him like stuff he needed. Got him stuff he needed. I'm just gonna do a part 2 to this video. If you want to see a part 2, I'll probably do it tomorrow or something. But I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe and share our video. Add all my social medias, they'll be in the description down below. And yeah, make sure you share with your family and stuff. Okay, I'm out.